In 1958, a man taking pictures in Kyiv, Ukraine.
What is it? What is that? Huh? Where did it disappear? What happened? What the... Excuse me. Where am I?
It's Kyiv.
What? You mean this is Kyiv?
The bewildered man saw a newspaper a passing man was holding. On it was the 23rd of April, 2006. He had arrived in the future, a staggering 48 years later. The 23rd of April, 2006. Police, on a street in the city of Kyiv, Ukraine, found a man wearing old Soviet-era clothes, holding a camera in one hand, looking around with a confused expression.
Excuse me, could you please show me your ID?
Huh? Oh, sorry. Here you go.
However, the police who saw the ID couldn't help but be puzzled. The ID he presented was one used during the Soviet era. His name was written as Sergey Ponomarenko. And most importantly, it stated that he was born in 1932.
Stop joking and give us your real ID.
It's real. Just a moment ago, I was in 1958.
The man claimed he came from 1958. So, the police, thinking he had a mental issue, asked for an examination by Dr. Pavlo Krudikov, a psychiatrist and psychologist. During the psychological consultation with the doctor, the man's assertion was as follows. He said he was spending time taking pictures with his fiancée, Valentina Kurish. After sending his fiancée home first, he was walking around to take more pictures of his surroundings, when he suddenly witnessed a mysterious flying object appearing in the sky. And while photographing it, he came to his senses and found himself in a strange new world.
That's right. Develop my camera film. Then you'll know I'm not lying.
Sergey said that the photos he took at that time would be on his camera film. So, the doctor requested the development from photo expert Vadim Posner.
This film, its production stopped in 1970. The camera is the same.
But the film Sergey had was one whose production stopped in 1970 and could no longer be obtained. The camera was also a model discontinued long ago, and the strange thing was that, despite this, they were all in near new condition. That wasn't all. Among the developed photos, not only were there pictures taken with his fiancée, as Sergey had said, but there was also a photo with a flying object, resembling a UFO, clearly captured. And the year of the photo was indeed marked as 1958 in the bottom right corner.
I can hardly believe it myself. But if I am to give my opinion, it doesn't seem like he's lying. He has no mental issues either.
But a while later,
Doctor, Mr. Ponomarenko has vanished without a trace.
Sergey Ponomarenko disappeared as if by magic.
The door was locked from the outside, and the window was welded shut, so he couldn't have gone out through the window. What on earth happened?
We need to check the CCTV immediately.
At the time, the room Sergey was in was a patient's room, and it was impossible to sneak out. And on the CCTV footage, his entry into the room was recorded, but his exit was not.
What on earth happened? Where did he disappear to?
Exactly. It's getting more and more suspicious. How about we try looking for the woman he mentioned earlier, the one he called his fiancée?
So, just in case, the police began tracing the woman in the photo whom Sergey had called his fiancée, Valentina Kurish. Surprisingly, she was a real person, and the police went to find her. But then, the woman who was young in the photo was now a 74-year-old elderly person.
Excuse me, do you happen to know Sergey Ponomarenko?
What?
He was my fiancé a long time ago, although he did disappear suddenly one day.
Disappeared? Is this man him?
The police showed her the developed photos and asked if she knew Sergey.
How did you get this photo? This photo was taken in 1958.
What was even more surprising was that she took out a photo and showed them. And she had the exact same photo as that one. So, the police told her about what had happened, saying they had met Sergey recently and that he was young, just like in the photo.
Unbelievable. So, everything he said back then was true after all.
And then, she took out another photo and showed them.
Around 1970, he sent me this photo. This was the last I heard from him. He said he had traveled to 2050. I wondered what he was talking about at the time.
The photo Sergey said he took in 2050 was captured by a river in Kyiv. Behind Sergey, tall buildings were captured. And surprisingly, the buildings in the photo did not exist in 2006. And on the back of the photo, the message was written, "I'm okay. I'll do my best to return as soon as possible."
2050? Could he really be a time traveler?
Is that even possible?
But a few years later,
Listen to this. I found it at the Kyiv State Archive.
the police, who had been continuously tracing Sergey, discovered an even more surprising record at the Kyiv State Archive. It was a tape with a recording of Sergey Ponomarenko's voice, who appeared on a radio broadcast in 1960.
И то, что сейчас нам кажется фантастикой, будет вполне реальным. Нам с вами нужно подождать примерно 40 лет, и медики поставят на поток производства искусственного сердца.
Если бы не ваше выступление.
Sergey, who appeared on the radio, mentioned things that did not exist at the time, such as microwave ovens, mobile phones, and artificial hearts. What's more, the term he used when mentioning the artificial heart was a future technical term not used in the Soviet medical field at the time. So, did he really travel from the past to the future and then back to the past? This fact was produced as a documentary in 2010 and became widely known, generating significant public interest. And it is said to still be a subject of debate among believers and non-believers today. This has been the repository of wonders.